Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since the last one, but I did post a poll on my YouTube post and you guys chose the time I met a cannibal on Discord. Now you guys are probably like wondering, is this real? Is this fake? Is this like something you got off Reddit? Nope, this actually happened to me. Trigger warnings for talk of the dark web, cannibalism, and mentions of NSFW. This story happened a little while ago. When I was 14, which was last year. I was homeschooled in 8th grade and freshly starting my VA career. I had been using Casting Call Club, also known as CCC, for a few months, gathering a few small roles in anything I could really manage, and I came across this one that was like Greek gods and goddesses, and I was confused by it. You know, I love Greek mythology, but I had no idea what they were asking of me. Oh my gosh, I cannot get this thing out of my throat. Ugh. Okay, sorry, I had to let my demons out for a second. Okay. So, the roles were actually just singing roles, and I had no idea what Epic the Musical was back then, and that's what it was called, Epic the Musical Fan Recast, a fan recast, not the official one. And so I tried out for Aphrodite, and they let me into their Discord. I had noticed upon joining that there was a total mix of people in this server. There were adults, some preteens, some teenagers, some children. At the time, this didn't really bother me because of something else that I want to talk about in another video, but it kind of made me believe that these kind of interactions were okay on this app. I didn't bat an eye nor read much of what anyone said in the server unless it was related to a role I wanted or a project I was interested in until one day I saw an odd addition to the server. It was a channel titled something NSFW related, and I was like appalled. Not just because they knew that I was a minor and I was able to see it, but because there were people my age, a bit older, and a bit younger in the server, all under 18, that could see all of this. To say I was disgusted was an understatement, and the things they were posting was even more gross to me. Now, as I'm a bit older, I understand that adults are allowed to have a little fun time online too, if that's how they wish to express it, but when they purposely let it stumble across minors is when they have crossed the line. They were posting pictures of themselves in lingerie, especially the owner of the server, who was a woman, pictures of Shrek and Donkey, Epic the Musical, NSFW fan art. It was all just a big no from me. Partially because I believe I might be on the asexual spectrum, but also because I was a fucking minor, and this is the main part, and shouldn't have had to see that in a server that was supposed to be just for fun online voice acting projects. Finally, one minor spoke up. I wasn't the one that did it, and I kind of regret not being the one that did it, but somebody else did, and I'm so glad that they did. After that one person spoke up, a bunch of other minors started complaining about how they could see it and how they were uncomfortable with it. So the server owner, after being told, which she shouldn't have had to been told, set it to where only certain people in the server could see it. But I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, she still allowed a 17-year-old who she was apparently flirting with or something, I don't know, they had like a relationship, to view all the NSFW channels. This dude later told me something about this and how he almost got with her until what I'm going to be talking about later, but I kind of lost contact with this guy, so I honestly have no idea, and I don't want to speak on something that I'm not completely sure about, so I'll just leave it there. I moved on from that, you know, just let it go honestly, because I still wanted to play Aphrodite and try out for some other fun fan-made recasts they had going on. I mean, they had The Greatest Showman, they had Shrek the Musical. I mean, come on, who wouldn't want to play Lord Farquaad? My daddy was a minor. And everything kind of just went back to normal anyway. Like, we were all just posting fun art we made about random fandoms or random art pieces. We were all just talking about video games and characters that we liked. Nothing was too out of the ordinary. And honestly, half the time people would be lucky if they respond to you in that server because not a lot of people stayed up to date in it, including me. One random day I get a notification, and it's from the server. It's in the announcements, so I go and check it. You know, I don't expect anything too crazy. I feel like I probably expected just someone to ask, hey, who wants to hop in VC with me, or something like that. But, nope. The owner posted an announcement talking about the dark web, wanting 6 people to explore it with her, and signing waivers for it. I was really weirded out. Like, it was really bad, so I responded because I was so weirded out, and I just had this gut feeling about it. I was like, the dark web, you know, all caps, no care in the world, and she never responded back to me, so I just kind of went around feeling like I was insane, because literally nobody else seemed to care about this issue. Everyone else was acting like this was just another Wednesday. Well, except for one person, the guy that I mentioned before, who became my online friend. I asked him if he thought it was weird, and he said he found it a little bit creepy. He opened up about a lot to me that I'm not gonna disclose because that's more of his business than mine and his story to tell, not mine. So we just had a very long talk about how he thought it was weird and that if we saw anything else that was super, super weird, like that pushed us to the limit, that we would do something about it, that we would resign. Eventually, another odd thing happened. I got a notification from the events section in the server, and naturally, I went to check it out. The title of this event was Interview with a Real-Life Cannibal, NSFW. Of course, I got even more freaked out. I mean, what the bleep? So I talked to the same guy about it again, and we both stayed true to our word, and we both decided to call it off with her forever. We both resigned from the projects, told her she wasn't allowed to use our voices in absolutely fucking anything. It's kind of ridiculous how long we spent writing a resignation letter for something so unformal. Like, I hadn't even really seen her post any of these fan recasts like she said that she was going to, so I don't even know why we wrote resignation letters, because she was not a formal, company. She was just a girl on Discord. And of course, you guys obviously understand that when we read that, the first things going through our head was she not only uses the dark web, but she personally knows a real-life cannibal. That is weird as fuck. You gotta be careful giving your things, like your information or your personal identity, away to people that do these kind of things. We were both voice actors, me and him. So she could have been using our voice for anything. If she knew people on the dark web, could she have looked into where we live and, I don't know, let this cannibal come and eat us? It's a stretch, but better safe than sorry. Months eventually go by. We both feel a lot better. We cut off this woman. We're both just living our life. He had actually invited me to a project of his own that was eerily similar to the one that he was going to do with the server owner. It was really fun working with him, obviously. We both became very close. He actually started calling me his online sister. He helped me through a lot of issues that I had when I was struggling really bad last year. So this one day, we're both hanging out, we're in call. I think we were playing something Minecraft related, probably that one Cave Dweller mod. And I don't know what made me bring this up, but I heard something, and it reminded me of a cannibal. So I made the inside joke about, oh, we don't need to meet another cannibal, we already dealt with one before. And then I backtracked and I was like, well, we actually dealt with someone that knew a cannibal, not the actual cannibal. And that was when he said that the server owner that I had private DM'd and he privately DM'd was the cannibal the entire time. Was it super surprising? No. Did I expect it? Also no. She seemed very sweet when I was privately DMing her, so I had no idea about her intentions or what she was capable of. But at the same time, from what I would see when she would post pictures of herself in that one channel that I mentioned earlier where I could see it, I did see some things in the background that seemed very odd. I just kind of figured that she was into very creepy, gothic, maybe witchy stuff even. There was jars in her room, but I didn't think much of it. I definitely should have though. I definitely should have. And this is why I always say if you want to become a voice actor and you are young or old, you need to be aware of who you're associating yourself with. Because some of these people, they are creepy as fuck. You will meet bloodthirsty people, you will meet pedophiles, you will meet cannibals, hell, you could meet criminals. I'm not going to give you that basic talk that's like, oh, don't give away your address, blah, 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 because there's no way you're giving out your address. There's no excuse for doing that. But yeah, definitely, keep safe on the internet, no matter your age or who you are, because if they know the dark web, oh, they've got you. You need to block them. Don't write them a resignation letter like I did. Just fucking block them. They don't deserve your time. I actually only really did the resignation letter because my online friend was doing a resignation letter to her, so I felt like I had to do one. So it would be professional or whatever, and when people would look back at it, they'd be like, oh, she just resigned for this reason. And I had come up with a bunch of bullshit reasons for why I was resignating, but some of them were actually valid. Some of them were what was actually going on. My dad was sick at the time, so I used that as a massive excuse. I had written, I think I put depression as an excuse. I don't know. Which, you know, for like, I'm not saying that depression's an excuse or that your dad being sick would be like an excuse for not doing something. But for me, like, that had always been there. I had always been depressed even when I started. So for me, I was just coming up with that as a way to get out of it. So they could really, you know, feel bad for me and be like, oh, well, I hope you get better soon or something, blah, 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 blah. So I could just, like, block her and get the fuck out of there. I really wish I knew who she was. Like, I have no idea what her real life name was. I know that she used to go by Shadow Kiss, which sucks because don't call yourself a Shadow. I'm Shadow. And she had, like, red curly hair. She was very pretty. She had, like, red, short, curly hair. Her character was, like, Vixen. Not the one that voices Gangle. I think maybe like yellow eyes and wore all black and was kind of like a dragon. Either a dragon or a succubus. But yeah, this woman like was genuinely a nightmare. I'm pretty sure she was also like super lustful, which is why she made the NSFW channel. But for some reason, she made it to where minors could see it. And then she didn't even make it to where all the minors could really not see it. She just had certain minors say, I don't want to see this anymore, and then she allowed the other ones to see it if they wanted to. I feel like that is gross. Anyway, I feel like I've definitely yapped for too long, and the story is basically over. I never really talked about it with anyone else ever again. It was just a scary experience. I mean, imagine finding out that someone you thought was totally fine because people can pretend to be one thing and then they're another thing. Finding out that somebody you worked for and were going to do services for is disgusting and a person eater. Yet again, be super careful of who you're talking to on the internet. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye, guys! It's funny, you used to roleplay. I'm sure she'd get it. It's just weird that you'd pretend like it was like real and like used role-playing as a way to hate on someone. I just find it very strange. But whatever, throughout this video, she insults It's Funny many times, and then she trashes someone else in the game for being a bacon hair, literally just for having the starter hair, the starter outfit on the Roblox character. Like, girl, it's a video game. Calm down. Sorry that not everyone wants to waste money on a game, like I have, because you can see my character. Parkouring on this obby. The game is Possum Obby by Infallivi, by the way. It's a great game, I love it. Oh my god, I got carried away again. Where was I? I'm reading my script again. Ew! What did I just do? Anyway, she's also posting